do it. You got to take the risk. You got to not be scared.
Hey everyone, welcome to the One Question Podcast. We have Kriss with us today. Firstly, Kriss, would you like to introduce yourself and let the viewers know what's the biggest barrier you've had to overcome so far?
I'm Kriss Konn. I'm a musician out of the United States. And the biggest barrier for me that I've overcome so far is just getting my skills to the point where I can be 100% independent. So every song that I'm producing and releasing now is all 100% produced, mixed, written, recorded, performed, all by me. And so that's one thing that I was really wanting to get to, because I get to have that creative control on all levels. I used to use samples a lot, and then I got away from that. And then I started using, I would use recording studios to mix and master my music, which would work out sometimes, and other times, you get an engineer who has a different vision than you do. And so it's not that that's a bad move, it's just that for me it wasn't what I was looking for. And so I spent the last year honing my skills on that particular aspect of it. And I've gotten to the point where I can get by with it, and I can do it to a point where I'm confident and proud of what I'm releasing. And so yeah, that's definitely the biggest barrier that I've overcome, is just, again, just becoming an independent artist at every aspect of the word. Getting away from needing to go to someone else to do something. I can do it all myself, and that was a big step for me, for sure.
And the one big question is, what's your advice you'd give someone just starting out on their music journey?
Advice that I would give someone who's starting their music career would just be to do it. You've got to take steps. I know way too many people who are great musicians that have either songs written on paper, or they have them written and recorded on their computers or on their phones, or they have music ready to go, or they have music in the process, and they're just not taking the necessary steps to get it going. Don't be scared to go forward with the career and chase the dream. You don't need to be, a crazy professional quality. Kind of like what I was saying, where I've kind of learned to do it on my own. But like those steps I took to go to that recording studio to have them produce, mix and master my album, going and grabbing those samples from Splice or from friends or from whatever, doing that, even though those weren't steps that I necessarily wanted to take, they were steps that I took because at the time it's what I needed to do. So whether it's a right or wrong step, it's still a step. And that's a lot of things that I feel like I see a lot with new musicians, is they're too scared to take steps and push forward. They wait too long. It's not good enough, or no one's going to listen to it. Look, man, no one knows who you are right now. You're new. You haven't even started. You're getting 0 streams right now with nothing out. So put something out, see what it does. If it's not, you might look back on it later and go, more than likely you will anyways, and go, man, I could have done that better. You can always go back and do a remaster, or you're always going to write new songs. Go write new songs and correct those mistakes that you've made, or learn the lessons that are there from the past. But you got to take steps forward. But don't rush it either. It's kind of a give and take there. I know some people that go too quick, and they're just not getting good quality stuff out because they're not trying to. They just want stuff out there, and that's not a good take either. You want to have your product, have your song, have your album, your EP, whatever you're doing. And this goes not even to musicians. I feel like this is a good step for everybody. Is just to don't be scared to take those steps, and don't be scared to make mistakes with those steps. You're new. You're gonna step in a bear trap here or there, or you're gonna step on a snake. But you might, walk into a studio, and it might be just someone who's also new, but he's really talented. You could get stuck with a really good guy, and that could take you to the top way faster than working with some other basic recording studio. But you'll never know until you take that step. And a basic recording studio might do you good enough anyway. So, it's just you got to take steps. You got to take steps, and you got to try to make it as good as quality as you can. My most popular song, which is 11 a.m. It currently is it's over 1 million streams on Spotify right now. But that's the first song I ever posted, and that song I sang in my closet. I grabbed a sample, I made a beat, I wrote the song out, I recorded it in my closet, sang it into my clothes to get a little bit better of acoustic, in there. And so, and then mixed and mastered it myself on accident. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, this sounds good. I'll use this built-in plugin on Logic, and that sounds good. Okay. And just kind of played with it and just made it work. Took my time with it, for sure, made it work. And then when I got it to a point where I said, you know what, I don't think there's anything else I can do to this, I still questioned the quality. I was like, man, I'm not sure it's at the quality that I want it to be at, but I've definitely done my best. I've definitely done everything that I can do. So let's just post it. Again, no one knew Kriss Konn at all. No one knew of me. I had 0 streams. I didn't even have an Instagram page. So I was like, I'm just gonna put it out there and just see what happens. And then, sure enough, I had some people hit me up. I got put on a YouTube video, and it's blown up, and it's been blown up ever since. But without taking those steps and taking that risk, rolling that dice, taking that gamble, I would have never gotten there. So that's definitely the one advice, is just to do it. You got to take the risk. You got to not be scared. I can't stress it enough, but I'm probably repeating myself, but you cannot be scared to take a wrong step. Everyone's taking wrong steps. Wrong steps lead to right ones, So, yeah, that's definitely the best advice I can give.
Yeah, keeping it together, not you. Yeah, everybody crazy, me too. Screaming red versus blue. Yeah.